How's everyone doing? Philip Batch here. Today, very hectic day. I think that I run into issues of time management more than any other uh, problem throughout the week. I got two kids at home. Got to balance getting them to school and things like that, picking them up, taking them to whatever they need to go to. Um, so the time that I do have, got to be efficient, got to be quick, and sometimes I am, and sometimes I'm not. I do my best though. Like today, a little list here, all the things that I knocked out this morning. First thing I had to do, I'm starting a new LLC. I met with the lawyers to sign the paperwork on that. I think I talked about that. It's my franchise consulting business, going to be called Premium Franchise Consultants. So I'll help people find franchises that work best with them. So I'm looking forward to starting that venture up. In addition, this morning I took for my trading accounts. I took all the puts that had been assigned to me or calls that expired, and I resold those and found some new puts and sold those. So I like to always have a little bit of action going in my trading accounts. It's fun, and when I'm doing it right, it's generating a little bit of income. That's something I plan on putting a little more time into in the future, learning more strategies, seeing if I can't be a little better at it. But I've been trading options for just over a year. I'm satisfied, I guess. It's certainly not breaking the bank, but I'm getting by. Anyway, some other things like, so for my franchise, Cold Stone, I moved everybody to direct deposit, which I thought would be a great thing, and so far has been. But we had an issue where one of the girls, the account number that the bank gave her on her sheet, it didn't match her actual account. So she went to the bank to get the direct deposit info. Most people would just go in their account and write it down and hand it to me, but she actually got the official document from the bank. The bank put the wrong number on it, so her paycheck was going into the wrong account. We actually don't know yet where that money went, but and turns out I can't claw it back and give it to her. My payroll company can't do it either. It's going to be up to the bank to say, oops, we screwed up, and move that money for her. And she's just a high school kid, so she, it's got her parents' money, and so she's not paying attention to this stuff. And well, it could happen to anyone. I shouldn't say that, but it had been about 6 weeks, so she. I'm looking forward to seeing how that turned out for her, because she went in to check her account and it said zero, because the money was going into somebody else's account. So make sure you check that your direct deposits are actually going into your bank. Let's see, what else did I do today? I looked up some franchise. So I have a client that I'm trying to find a franchise for, and so based on the information he gave me, I did some research. I checked out one company today called Batteries and Bulbs. It's a pretty fascinating company. I spent about an hour on that. I watched some webinars and just learned what they were about, and I'm going to try to find some people to match them and see if they're right for the client. Actually, it's not going to be right for the client, unfortunately, because they are in Oregon, and currently Batteries and Bulbs is not adding franchises in that state, but they're all full, I guess. So back to the drawing board on that one. It's the fall time here in Washington, and the slowest part of the year for Coldstone in this area, and so now we're getting sales are lower, so we're getting expired products. Some of the cakes aren't selling fast enough, and today found out some of the sodas aren't selling. And you think of sodas, you're like, well, those don't expire. They do. Different ones have different expiration dates, but you got to make sure you keep an eye on your employees to rotate that product, make sure customers getting the best product that they can. And so I had them count everything up and find out if we try to get a credit from Coke, or if in this case it wasn't that significant, so we just had to have the employees take them home or whatever. But it's something to think about when you're running your business, that things that you think take care of themselves, sometimes they don't. And this is an example of that. I set up another brokerage account. So if you're a trader, you'll notice, especially if you're a fairly new trader, I wouldn't call myself a new trader, but I'm definitely not one of the big boys of Wall Street by any chance. So Charles Schwab eliminated their brokerage fees, which is great. And then as soon as they did that, Fidelity dropped theirs, Ally dropped theirs, a bunch of others dropped. So I actually have a Fidelity account, I have an Ally account, I have a Merrill Edge account, I have a Robinhood account. Robinhood's the one that started it. They're the ones that went with the zero fees. And I'll tell you, as a trader, zero fees is nice, because you throw on those fees on each side of the trade. Sometimes it eliminates any profit at all. So especially for options trading. So the only one I have that has a fee right now is Merrill Edge. And so today I set up a Charles Schwab account, and I will probably be moving my Merrill Edge account over to Charles Schwab just to get rid of those fees. But we'll see. Transferring an account with options current in it, like I've got some call options, could be a problem. So let's see how I go about doing that. I just published a schedule for Coldstone. So I don't currently have a manager. I have an assistant manager. I've got 2 senior shift leads. I've got a shift lead, but I don't currently have a manager. So I take on that role. So I publish a schedule. I do the order. Today I published a schedule. I got Halloween coming up next week, and unrelated, just broke my glasses. I got through so many pairs of glasses. These are just reading glasses, but very frustrating. But anyway, so published a schedule. I got Halloween coming up, and of course everybody wants it off, and then I always run into the problem, they didn't ask for it off. They just marked themselves unavailable on the schedule. I got this scheduler. It's called When I Work, and it sort of automates the schedule, but definitely makes it easier. And the employees will mark when they're available and not available, and they can ask for time off. Well, nobody asked for time off. Well, one person did, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 also just said, hey, I'm unavailable. So now I have to decide, do I cut back staff that day? Because it's actually not one of our busier days. I mean, people are getting plenty of candy, just knocking on doors for free, right? So, but we do get business, and do I cut staff that day, or do I anger somebody by putting them on the schedule anyway? I went with anger. Maddie, if you're watching, sorry, but you could ask for it off. But somebody had to get the shaft. So anyway, yep, I did that. I still have to publish payroll, so I'll go into our POS, which is where the employees enter their time, and I will pull all the payroll information and double check it, make sure there's nobody didn't clock out for a week or something, and just make sure it kind of matches about what I feel like it should, and then and then I actually log it. I have a little tracker that I keep track of everybody's hours that's ever worked for me, just so I know that I can tell over time who's put in the most time. I had some employees that have been there for going on 2 years, and it's good to see, well, they're here 2 years, but were they the ones that were actually there pulling the weight? You could tell that pretty easy just by tracking their hours. So I track that, and then I send it to my payroll company. After this, I got to call the client back if I got some better news than I found so far, and then I got to go pick up my daughter. So anyway, busy day. I'm always trying to make it a little more efficient, and that's something I'm always striving for, but I feel like I'm not there yet. So maybe this helps somebody watching this think about it that way. So anyway, this is Philip, and have a good day.